Julian, how's it feel to have beaten a blue belt in a tournament already?
Change directions. Up and down. Side to side. Bicycle. Change directions. Bridge. Left leg only. Right leg. Good, sit up, windshield wipers. Good, on your knees. Neck circles. Change directions. Change your chest. Change shoulder. Here, shoulder. Wrist circles. Change directions. Fire hydrants. Change directions. Change legs. Change directions. Reach through, twist overhead. Switch sides. Good, and good. Lunges. Good. Bird dogs. Switch sides. Good. Feet together. Knees apart. Sink down. Feet apart. Push back. guys, so we're gonna go through a seated scoot, forward and back. So that's gonna look like is this. I'm gonna dig my heels in the mat, reach forward and pull myself with my heels. My hands will be on the mat here, and I'm kind of pushing off my hands. I'll slide forward, just a couple of reps forward, and then now I'll scoot back. As you go through that, you can also do it without using your hands going forward, okay? And then you can use your hands to scoot back, just resetting each time. Scoot forward, right, and back. 1, 2. Catching our feet. So these are good like butterfly guard drills. You're lifting our feet to throw us on our back. You've seen that before, they scoop your heels. So what we're gonna do is go back on our hands like this, as if someone just grabbed and lift our feet. And we're gonna lift our feet up and circle them like this. So in one motion, and come back. So that we don't get lifted to our back like this. Plant your hands and circle your feet. Let's get about 15 reps of that. 1, 2. Alright guys, next scoot forward and back, but kind of more of posting on one hand. Looks a little bit more like a seated shrimp. But the seated shrimp we kind of focused on earlier in the week is like kind of moving away from someone. So this will kind of slide us in, okay? Slide us in. So we're entering the butterfly guard. These are all good, just good butterfly guard drills. Okay? From here, you just go 2 forward. You can like do 2 on the same side or alternate sides. And then you can just spin around, right? Just spin around, enter the butterfly, spin around, switch sides, spin around, or you can switch. So that time I did left hand, turn around, right hand. Does that make sense? But also done right hand, switch, left hand, turn around. However you want to do it, mix it up. We just go 2 in one direction, 2 in another. Just trying to make it clear that we don't need a ton of space to be able to do these drills. You just get a couple of reps and turn around. 1, 2. Guys, one more point. Notice how when I'm doing this, as I slide forward, you see this knee's up, this knee's down, my shoulder is coming forward of my hip. I've been talking about this a lot in the seated shrimp position, so that I'm not easily pushed backwards. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Okay? Keep going. 1, 2. The butterfly guard, we're going to do a butterfly guard sweep. Alright, so it's going to look like this. I'm here, and I'm in my butterfly posture, which is elbows in, hands forward, because I got a hand fight. I got to keep the person from grabbing my legs. Got to keep them from getting tied in too much to my lapel. I'm hand fighting. Okay, my shoulders are forward, so again, so I don't get pushed backwards easily. I'm entering, posting my hand, sliding in. And now when I'm ready, I'm grabbing the forearm. Again, I'm visualizing tying up this forearm, tucking my elbow, right? And I'm dropping all the way to my left shoulder. I'm tucking into a tight ball here, and I'm loading the person on top of me, okay? Look at my bottom leg. My toes are digging in the floor. I'm loaded and I'm rolling. You'll see points of contact, this shoulder, this knee, and this foot, and I'm rolling over to the top. Once I get there, I'm just gonna windshield wipe. Look, windshield wipe my legs to reset. Okay, and I'll do the opposite side. I'll get my posture, I slide in. I catch their arm, I tuck my elbow. I drop down on my shoulder, knee, and foot. Okay, this is loaded. This foot is loaded. This is holding the person, hoisting them. This knee is tracking towards my shoulder, and I'm rocking over. Right, turning to my knees, and then the reset is the windshield wiper of my legs. Okay, so I just do a couple of reps. Does that make sense, guys? Any questions on that? One more time. It's important, as you notice, the bottom leg is loaded on the floor close to my butt, and the top leg is hoisting them above me with the knee tracking towards my shoulder. One, two. Starting with our posture, we're going to slide in. Get our grip, that could be an underhook or an overhook with this arm. Catch the other arm. Bring our elbow in, lifting with this hook and keeping this one loaded underneath. Here. So you'll notice I'm not just following anymore, I'm pulling. Once I get here, they may be able to kick their leg out a little bit for balance. So sometimes what I have to do, and this is what we're adding to this drill, is hop on this foot and come up higher. Okay, elevating, shifting, and then completing the sweep. That's what that loaded foot is for. So I can extend my knee on that side and get higher and hop to finish the sweep. That's in case I go to sweep them and they're able to kick this leg out. I can elevate them slightly higher and turn them to their back. So again, start with your posture, pull yourself in, set your grips, visualizing in your mind, pulling them above you, hop, 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 and finish. Questions? 1, 2. You're getting, really hoisting them above you. this time, like sometimes you go to sweep someone, and it's a little bit dynamic, and your hips get too far from their hips. And so if I try to finish and mount, it's kind of like we were making the assumption here of visualizing finishing and mount. If my hips are too far and I try to force the mount, sometimes they'll block your knee and stuff you in half guard. Okay, so you don't really get the ideal finish. And so what's better than half guard, but maybe not as good as mount? Side control. So if I lift someone, and instead of them staying tight to me here, right, stay like hips are close, and I just finish here, they end up with their hips over here. I don't want to chase too much because then they'll bring their knee up the middle. So instead, what I'm going to do is cut my knee through and finish in the Keisakatami position. And then I'll turn my hips over and finish in side control. Okay? So what I'm visualizing here is sweeping into side control. Posture, slide in, catch the arm, elevate, have my lifting hook and my driving hook, shifting, lifting. All right, they turn over, they land, but I realize they're too far from me, and now you see I'm still loaded on my toes, cut through to Keisakatami position. So now I'm in that Keisakatami position, not with my chest back like this, forward, okay? And from here I'm gonna weave my leg back under and finish in side control. Left leg sprawled back, right knee tucked in the hip. Cross face and underhook if I have it. All right, from here, I'll just slide back through and reset to butterfly. A lot of visualization going on here, guys. Again, one, two. Again, getting my postures. Post slide in. His legs are already loaded behind. Okay, I'm not here. I'm not here. It's loaded behind. It's ready to go. I'm aggressively pulling the person up, but they get in a position where they just like can't keep lifting. Instead, I tuck this knee, reach with the foot, catch their ankle, and sweep it out from under them as I continue to keep this elevated. I can't forget and start relaxing this leg because I don't want that leg to touch the floor too. I want to keep this elevated. And finishing in the mount. 1, 2. Okay, and I'm hopping. But this would be a situation where like, I'm trying to hop, I'm trying to lift up, but their weight is in a spot where I just can't. But their foot is posted out here on the mat. That's why I'm not sweeping them. Okay, and then again, I just reach for that leg, okay, and just use the bottom of my foot and bump their ankle, their shin, their knee, whatever it is, to knock them over. So it's not like I'm up and then I'm going back down and then doing it. Okay, just you're here, you pull, right, and I reach and sweep. 1, 2. And they post the leg. It gives me an opportunity to underhook the leg and then rock them to the other side. So I'm going for the sweep here, all right? I'm having trouble lifting up off of that loaded foot, but their leg is right here. And I grab it and I hug it. So I'm hugging, I have the underhook here, and I'm hugging the leg, I'm pulling everything into me. I still have them elevated. This is key, guys. Don't let this relax. Once they put 2 feet on the floor, it gets harder. So keep this up. And now, as I'm kind of driving in and they're driving back, I'm going to shrimp, boom, and dump them on the other side and turn into side control. Okay? Again, slide in. I pull them on top of me. They post their leg. I grab their leg, underhook, right behind the knee. And you see this leg? I'm grabbing the mat and pulling my hips under as I pull them over to the other side. A common mistake here is people just want to do this. Okay? It takes a lot more energy to pull them all the way across than to pull myself under as I drop them in the space I used to be. Does that make sense? You guys visualizing that? Okay. Went for the sweep here. Legs here. Reach inside the hamstring. Kind of like you would in half guard in that like dog fight situation. Right? But I have the butterfly hook and I just use the toes on this leg to pull my hips and shift. So watch the angle of my leg here. Drops them right into this space. Okay, I might catch their pants here and turn my knees. Weave my leg underneath so that my hips face the floor. 1, 2. Online so that people can see what that looks like. It's kind of a variation of an X-guard sweep. Okay, so next drill we're gonna do is side switch and butterfly. So sometimes you get your entrance, and a person really shifts to this side to stay heavy, so you can't lift them that way. So maybe I have an underhook here. So we're going back to our visualizing. I have my underhook, and I go to trap this arm, but they shift their weight so hard to this side that I can't lift them that way. So what I do instead, since I already have an overhook here, I'm going to keep it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrimp to that side here. And I'm going to sweep them to this side and come back. Okay? So it's just switching sides in the butterfly guard. I enter. Okay? I'm looking for the sweep. They shift. So I just switch sides and sweep them to this side. Boom. Come back up. Switch sides. Sweep them to this side. Come back up. All right? I'm on this side, I switch sides, sweep up, switch sides, sweep up, switch sides, sweep. So I'm just changing my grips as I switch. That make sense, guys?
You change your grips from underhook
So
and overhook.
yeah, I might have like underhook, overhook right here. Well, if they lean over there and put their hand down, I'm not going to sweep them over there. Okay, they're like leaning too hard. So when I shrimp, I grab their back over their shoulder, and this hand just grabs this arm, and I go. Does that make sense?
You're grabbing over the shoulder, or you're getting an underhook? The one that used to be an overhook, you're making.
So I wouldn't, you guys, I think you're worrying too much about the grip right now. Focus on the drill, because the grips could change. But I'm not gonna sweep. I'm not gonna sweep someone in the butterfly guard unless I trap their arm, right? I'm never gonna sweep someone to a side where I have an underhook. So if I'm sweeping them to a side, I have to trap that arm. If I try to sweep you over here and I don't have your arm, you're just gonna put it on the floor. So that answers the question of one side, right? The side you're sweeping them to, you have to trap the arm somehow. Okay, that answers half the question. What about the other side? Doesn't matter. Get an underhook, get an overhook. Something that you can hoist them on top of you with. Because the other way somebody's gonna stop the butterfly sweep is sit back. Okay, if I can use the underhook to pull you off your heels, or the overhook to pull you off your heels, I'm accomplishing that side. So that's why it's interchangeable on one side. Underhook or overhook doesn't matter. So if I'm here, and I'm sweeping you that way clearly because of my posture, this arm, it doesn't matter. Overhook, underhook. Okay? This side, I have to catch your hand. But if you shift your weight over there, I'm not going to throw you that way. So I switch sides. Boom, and I go. This hand is doing what?
Trapping.
Somehow. Okay? Don't get caught up in the how right now. Sleeve, wrist, elbow, whatever. All right? So don't get too caught up in that. 1, 2. Pick a side, right? They lean, shift, rock, reset. Shift, rock, reset. Shift, rock. The rock is the sweep. The shift is switching sides. They're just banging out reps. 1, 2. A seated position on one side and you go to the other. That's a way to back it off and not even fall for the sweep if you're having any trouble visualizing. So, I'm in the butterfly position and I just side switch, side switch, side switch. Does that make sense? I haven't even gotten my grip yet. I don't need to fall and get my grip because sometimes maybe you're getting confused about what's the stop and start. So I'm just setting up the sweep, all right? They lean, side switch, reset. They lean, side switch, reset. Changing my grips. Does that start to make more sense? Good. Let's just spend about 1 more minute doing this, and I have like 2 more drills. 1, 2. So you just post your hand, shrimp, and you'll end up on the other side. Put your leg down, your right leg down, and your foot behind you a little bit. Yeah, like that. Now you're set. Now you need to go as efficiently as possible to the other side. So keep your hand posted, shrimp, switch your leg positioning, and then post your left hand on the ground. Yes, like that. That's the idea. That's it, right here. Don't have to go forward at all. We should just be going side to side. They're doing lateral, 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 lateral. Just shift, shift. Just scoot from one side of your one foot by putting your hand down, shifting your hips out, the other way. So always in the butterfly guard, you're shifting your hips to the away from your hand. Like so, if I'm here, I'm always like positions to butterfly guard. So just rocking up into the butterfly guard entrance position. So I might do something like this, where right when I rock up, I'm loaded and ready to go. Okay. I might do something like this, where I rock up, I scoot, and then one more scoot to get in. So I was square, and then I got my angle again. Okay, or coming right up from my back to my angle. A lot of times that's going to happen more in half guard. So maybe I'm in half guard here. Again, I'm just visualizing half guard. Maybe I got my knee shield, get a little bit of space, set my butterfly, and rock up for the sweep from half guard. That would be considered half butterfly. Okay, so I'm in half guard, a little hip movement to get my hook in. Okay, rock up, grab the arm and go. Does that make sense? You guys visualizing that from half guard? Okay, or they're in front of me here, maybe they're on their knees, okay? Maybe they're standing, a lot of times maybe they're standing here. They come down, slide in, catch butterfly. Okay, so from your back, rocking up, right to butterfly, or going square, and then one more scoot to butterfly. So I'll go through that one more time. That makes sense, guys? Let's give that a shot. 1, 2. Now I kind of lift and come up with it already inside. But other times I might have like that knee shield. And I'm framing up here, you know, I was on my back, got on my side, got my knee shield, I'm framing up. But then they're leaning on my frame, so you know, I'm kicking it behind and come up with the underhook. My foot's here. Okay? And I notice this knee's a little wide. So I just shift my hips back a little bit, insert the butterfly hook here, and then go. You guys visualizing that? So sometimes I might already have the butterfly hook in butterfly half and sit up with it. And other times it might be out and I rock up with my underhook and then shift my hips to get it in here when I'm already sitting up. Okay? So that's something you can add on when you practice on your own. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna finish off with these butterfly drills, is the arm drag, the seated drag. So arm drag, collar drag, we're gonna do both. We're gonna mix them together. Okay, again, you gotta visualize here. I come up, I'm in butterfly. Okay, I catch the wrist and I reach under and grab the back of the tricep. Once I have that, you see the hand is kind of like crossing the center line of my body here. But I'm gonna just post my hand and shift. And now I'm gonna grab the back. Reset, okay? Catch the wrist, get under the tricep, post my hand leaning, and sliding my hips out, catching the back. You notice how, again, my hips shifted from one side, here, to the other. Because I want to face them when I get behind them. I want to be able to come right up to the back. So again, wrist, bring the hand across, grabbing the tricep, leaning, posting. Look at my left foot. It's going to grab and pull me to the other side. Okay? A lot going on there, so you can do it super slow. Wrist, tricep, lean, okay? Grab, post, shift, catch the back. you can do that side to side, or just pick one side for now. It might be a lot to try to do on both sides. In any of these drills, if you're like, you know what, this is kind of like pretty confusing for me right now, just pick one side. Don't worry about trying to learn two sides at once. All right? 1, 2. Yes, good, exactly. So we're grabbing mirror side hand, wrist, reaching across around the tricep and dragging it by. Things like this, how much it would pay off in your jiu-jitsu. Like, if you can do it in your mind with no one there, it definitely is easier when someone's there. There's different challenges, right? The challenge of the timing and all that, you know. My timing's perfect every time I do my solo drills, I promise. I never miss, right? I get the sweep every time. So, collar drag. The person's standing now, okay? I reach up, grab the lapel with 4 fingers, palm up, right? And I'm waiting for them to kind of come around this side. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna shift to the other hip. But it looks it's a more aggressive, a little bit different. We can practice it a little bit different ways, but I'm just dragging to the other side. I have my 4 fingers in the collar, right? I catch the lapel and I post on my hand. I step out, outside their leg, grab the mat, and I pull. Not down, but back. And I shift my hips and catch their back. When I do that more aggressively, it looks like this. And then I'll come up, either on their back or on the single leg. Okay? So again, I might rock up. You can start, this is where you start building your drills by yourself. Once you have the isolated drills, you can create different sequences and get as creative as you want. And we can spend some time flowing at the end if you guys want to stick around. But, you know, I might rock up, grab the lapel. All right? I move around a little bit in the seated shrimp position. All right? Follow my timing. And I reach my left leg out, drag this way behind me. And come up. That's the aggressive version, but I can also just drill like this. Right? Just practicing that kind of side switch. 1, 2. Try to improve on the movements individually, and then once you start to get comfortable with the moves individually, you sequence them together. And it could just be 2 of them, right? It could be 3. And then give yourself an opportunity, maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes a day, to flow. Just flow through all of them. It doesn't have to 100% make sense, right? Benefits, again, visualization, right? Improved movement, efficiency, right? Economy of movement, save energy, and then build confidence. Why? Because we win every time. If you lose in your movement drills, if you miss the sweep, we gotta work on that, right? How do you guys think? Do you like using anything at home? You guys can come in here and use it here too. But it'll be stuff like using something like this, like a pad, and you could actually, if you don't have this, you could take a pillow and maybe even take an old pillow and wrap it in duct tape so it's a little more durable and firm, or take a bunch of old clothes and wrap them up and and tape them up and put them inside a pillowcase, like so it's a little stiffer, right? And I can do mounted drills, like if I want to practice striking, I can do my elbow and my strikes here, right? I can practice my S mount armbar and my dismounts, okay? Right? I can practice mounting, dismounting. Far side arm locks. Popping up to knee on belly. Knee on belly to far side arm locks. Right? On and on and on. Knee on belly transitions. Hip heists. Etc. So much we can practice. Oop.